When rearranging lights in a stepped stairwell ceiling, several access methods can be considered, each with its advantages, disadvantages, and safety considerations. Firstly, scaffolding provides a stable and accessible platform. The advantages of using scaffolding include providing a stable and accessible platform for working at heights. However, the disadvantages can be that scaffolding can be bulky and expensive to rent or purchase. Safety considerations are paramount. Scaffolding must be properly erected and inspected according to OSHA standards to ensure the safety of the workers. Secondly, a rolling tower offers another option. The advantages of a rolling tower are that it is compact and easy to maneuver, with adjustable height. A potential disadvantage is that a rolling tower may not provide adequate stability for working at heights, especially in a stairwell. Therefore, it's crucial to check the tower's capacity and ensure it is properly leveled before use. Thirdly, a scissor lift is a powered solution. The advantages of a scissor lift include providing a large platform with electrical lifting capability. However, the disadvantages are that it can be expensive to rent and may not fit in all spaces, especially in narrow stairwells. Operation of a scissor lift requires a certified operator, and the lift must be secured against tipping to prevent accidents. Fourthly, a ladder with extension offers a simpler alternative. The advantages of using a ladder include affordability and ease of transport. However, the disadvantages are that ladders can be unstable and require a secure attachment point. To ensure safety, select a ladder that is rated for the height and weight of the user, and ensure it is firmly planted and secured. Fifthly, a suspended access platform is a specialized solution. The advantages of a suspended access platform are that it provides a safe and ergonomic workspace. The disadvantages are that it requires specialized equipment and installation. A qualified technician must inspect and certify the platform to ensure its safety. When changing lamps, particularly par 30 lamps, use a long pole and bulb changer to do so from below the ceiling. Ensure the pole is insulated and long enough to reach the lamps without overreaching. Also, wear eye protection and work carefully to avoid contact with the lamps or electrical components. Several safety precautions should be observed. Follow all applicable OSHA regulations for working at height. Use appropriate fall protection equipment, such as a harness and lanyard. Also, ensure the ceiling is adequately supported to prevent collapse, and notify others in the area of your work to prevent accidents. To reiterate, firstly, scaffolding provides a stable platform but can be bulky and expensive. Secondly, rolling towers are compact and maneuverable but may lack stability. Thirdly, scissor lifts offer a large platform but require certification and space. Fourthly, ladders are affordable but can be unstable. Fifthly, suspended access platforms are safe but require specialized equipment. Always prioritize safety by following OSHA regulations, using fall protection, and ensuring proper support and communication. By carefully considering these factors, you can select the most suitable access method for rearranging lights in a stepped stairwell ceiling while maintaining a safe working environment. These access methods each have unique advantages and disadvantages that make them suitable for different situations. The choice of methods should be based on factors such as the height of the ceiling, the space available, the budget, and the level of safety required. Scaffolding is a stable and reliable option, but it can be time-consuming to set up and take down. Rolling towers are more mobile and easier to maneuver, but they may not be as stable as scaffolding. Scissor lifts provide a large working platform and can be easily raised and lowered, but they require a trained operator and may not be suitable for use on uneven surfaces. Ladders are the most affordable option, but they can be dangerous if not used properly. Suspended access platforms offer the best combination of safety and accessibility, but they are the most expensive option. In addition to the access method, there are several other safety considerations that should be taken into account when working on a stepped stairwell ceiling. Firstly, always wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as a hard hat, safety glasses, and gloves. Secondly, inspect the ceiling carefully before starting work to ensure that it is structurally sound and free of any hazards. Thirdly, use caution when working around electrical wires and fixtures. Fourthly, never work alone. Always have someone nearby who can assist you in case of an emergency. Fifthly, take breaks often to avoid fatigue. Working at heights can be physically demanding, so it is important to take breaks to rest and rehydrate. By following these safety precautions, you can help to ensure that you are able to work on a stepped stairwell ceiling safely and efficiently. Here is some additional information about each of the access methods. Firstly, scaffolding is a temporary structure that is erected to provide a safe working platform for workers at heights. It is typically made of metal or wood and consists of a series of interconnected frames and platforms. Scaffolding can be used for a variety of tasks such as painting, plastering, and bricklaying. Secondly, rolling towers are a type of scaffolding that is mounted on wheels. This makes them easier to move around and reposition. Rolling towers are often used for tasks that require frequent movement, such as painting or cleaning. Thirdly, scissor lifts are a type of aerial work platform that uses a scissor mechanism to raise and lower the platform. Scissor lifts are typically powered by electricity or gas and can be used for a variety of tasks such as maintenance, repair, and installation. Fourthly, ladders are a simple and versatile tool that can be used to access heights. Ladders are typically made of wood, aluminum, or fiberglass and come in a variety of sizes and styles. Ladders should only be used for tasks that can be safely performed while standing on a ladder. Fifthly, suspended access platforms are a type of aerial work platform that is suspended from above by cables or ropes. Suspended access platforms are often used for tasks that require access to difficult-to-reach areas such as bridges and skyscrapers. When choosing an access method for a stepped stairwell ceiling, it is important to consider the following factors. Firstly, the height of the ceiling. The access method should be able to reach the ceiling safely and comfortably. Secondly, the space available. The access method should be able to fit into the available space without obstructing the stairwell. Thirdly, the budget. The access method should be affordable for the project. Fourthly, the level of safety required. The access method should provide a safe working environment for workers. Once you have considered these factors, you can choose the access method that is best suited for your needs. No matter which access method you choose, it is important to follow all safety precautions to ensure that you are able to work safely and efficiently. Always inspect the equipment before use. Make sure that the equipment is in good working order and that all safety features are functioning properly. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment. This includes a hard hat, safety glasses, gloves, and any other equipment that is necessary for the task. Be aware of your surroundings. Pay attention to what is happening around you and be careful not to trip or fall. Never work alone. Always have someone nearby who can assist you in case of an emergency. Take breaks often. Working at heights can be physically demanding, so it is important to take breaks to rest and rehydrate. By following these safety precautions, you can help to ensure that you are able to work on a stepped stairwell ceiling safely and efficiently. Scaffolding, rolling towers, scissor lifts, ladders, and suspended access platforms are all viable options, each with its own set of advantages and disadvantages. The selection hinges on several factors. Firstly, the ceiling's height, which dictates the reach needed for the access equipment. Secondly, the available space influences maneuverability and setup constraints. Thirdly, budgetary limits play a significant role in the choice between rental or purchase. Fourthly, safety standards cannot be compromised. Compliance with OSHA regulations is paramount. Scaffolding offers a stable platform, though it can be cumbersome and costly. Erecting and inspecting scaffolding per OSHA guidelines are vital for worker safety. Rolling towers are more agile, but may lack stability at greater heights. Leveling the tower and verifying its load capacity are essential safety measures. Scissor lifts provide a substantial work area and lifting power, but they demand a certified operator and ample space. Securing against tipping is critical for safe operation. Ladders are the most economical, yet they necessitate a secure anchor point and careful usage. Selecting a ladder rated for the user's weight and ensuring a firm footing are crucial for preventing falls. Suspended access platforms deliver a secure and ergonomic workspace but require specialized installation and inspection by qualified technicians. Lamp changing introduces additional considerations. Using a long pole and bulb changer minimizes the need to work at height directly. Insulating the pole and wearing eye protection are important safeguards. Notifying others in the vicinity and ensuring the ceiling's structural integrity are proactive safety steps. In summary, assessing the ceiling height, available space, budget constraints, and safety requirements will guide the selection of the most appropriate access method. Prioritizing safety through adherence to OSHA regulations, utilization of fall protection gear, and careful planning will ensure a secure working environment when rearranging lights in a stepped stairwell ceiling. Firstly, consider the height of the stairwell. This will determine the type of access equipment that you will need. Secondly, consider the space available. Make sure that there is enough space to set up and use the access equipment safely. Thirdly, consider the weight of the materials and equipment that you will be using. Make sure that the access equipment is able to support the weight safely. Fourthly, consider the weather conditions. If it is windy or rainy, it may not be safe to use some types of access equipment. Fifthly, consider the training and experience of the workers. Make sure that the workers are properly trained and experienced in the use of the access equipment. Sixthly, inspect the access equipment before each use. Make sure that it is in good working order and that there are no signs of damage. Seventhly, wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as a hard hat, safety glasses, and gloves. Eighthly, follow all safety regulations and procedures. Ninthly, never work alone. Tenthly, take breaks often to avoid fatigue. To delve deeper into the characteristics of each access method, firstly, scaffolding is known for its stability and load-bearing capacity, making it suitable for projects involving heavy materials or multiple workers. However, its assembly and disassembly can be time-consuming and it may require specialized training. Secondly, rolling towers offer enhanced mobility compared to scaffolding, allowing for easy repositioning as work progresses. However, this stability may be compromised on uneven surfaces or at higher elevations. Thirdly, scissor lifts provide a large working platform and the ability to adjust height with precision. However, they require a smooth, level surface for operation and may not be suitable for confined spaces. Fourthly, ladders are the most portable and cost-effective option, but they offer limited stability and working space. They should only be used for tasks that can be completed quickly and safely. Fifthly, suspended access platforms provide unparalleled access to difficult-to-reach areas, but they require specialized installation and operation by trained professionals. When evaluating these access methods, it is important to consider the specific requirements of the project, including the height and complexity of the ceiling, the weight of the materials and equipment, and the skill level of the workers. In addition to the access method, other safety precautions should be observed to minimize the risk of accidents. Firstly, always inspect the work area for potential hazards, such as electrical wires, slippery surfaces, or falling objects. Secondly, use appropriate fall protection equipment, such as harnesses, lanyards, and safety nets. Thirdly, establish a clear communication system between workers to coordinate tasks and prevent collisions. Fourthly, provide adequate lighting to ensure visibility and reduce the risk of slips, trips, and falls. Fifthly, conduct regular safety meetings to reinforce safe work practices and address any concerns or questions. By carefully considering these factors and implementing appropriate safety measures, it is possible to rearrange lights in a stepped stairwell ceiling safely and efficiently. Remember that the safety of the worker should always be the top priority. In addition to selecting the appropriate access method and implementing safety precautions, it is also important to plan the work carefully. This includes, firstly, determining the scope of the project and the specific tasks that need to be completed. Secondly, identifying any potential challenges or obstacles that may arise during the work. Thirdly, gathering all necessary materials and equipment before starting the work. Fourthly, establishing a realistic timeline for completing the project. Fifthly, assigning specific roles and responsibilities to each worker. By planning the work carefully, it is possible to minimize the risk of errors, delays, and accidents. When working on a stepped stairwell ceiling, it is also important to be aware of the potential for dust and debris to fall from the ceiling. To prevent this, firstly, cover the floor and any furniture or equipment below the work area with protective sheeting. Secondly, wear a dust mask or respirator to avoid inhaling dust and debris. Thirdly, use a vacuum cleaner to clean up any dust or debris that falls from the ceiling. By taking these precautions, it is possible to minimize the risk of exposure to dust and debris. Finally, it is important to remember that safety is everyone's responsibility. If you see something that is unsafe, report it to your supervisor immediately. By working together, we can create a safe and healthy work environment for everyone. Here is some additional information about OSHA regulations for working at heights. OSHA requires employers to provide full protection for employees who are working at heights of 4 feet or more in general industry, 6 feet or more in construction, and 8 feet or more in launchering operations. Full protection can include guardrails, safety nets, personal fall arrest systems, and other measures. OSHA also requires employers to train employees on how to use fall protection equipment and how to recognize and avoid fall hazards. In addition to fall protection requirements, OSHA also has regulations for the use of scaffolding, ladders, and aerial work platforms. These regulations cover topics such as the construction, inspection, and use of these types of equipment. Employers are responsible for ensuring that their employees are trained on these regulations and that they are followed. By following OSHA regulations, employers can help to protect their employees from falls and other hazards associated with working at heights. Remember to consult the latest OSHA guidelines and local regulations for the most up-to-date requirement. Staying informed and compliant is crucial for ensuring worker safety. In conclusion, the process of rearranging lights in a stepped stairwell ceiling demands meticulous planning and a strong emphasis on safety. Selecting the right access method, whether it's scaffolding, a rolling tower, a scissor lift, a ladder, or a suspended access platform, depends on various factors, including the height of the ceiling, the available space, budgetary constraints, and the level of safety required. Regardless of the chosen method, strict adherence to OSHA regulations is paramount to prevent accidents and injuries. Additionally, proper planning, hazard assessment, and the use of appropriate safety gear are essential components of a safe working environment. By carefully considering all these aspects, you can successfully complete the task while ensuring the well-being of everyone involved. Remember, safety should always be the top priority, and a proactive approach to risk management is key to achieving a successful outcome.